Regardless, this is a very, very exciting game one draft. I think both sides have a lineup that is going to look to get active very early on. You've got a TA that wants to try and get Roshan as early as possible, naturally being on the Radiant side.
Not waiting for the lasso, he's got it available. DZM, and might be the pickoff that they're talking about. Obviously though, good use of the cogs to be able to block off that avenue of a kill. The rest of the team look to help him out. Maybe Insania.
I don't know, he might give up his own life. Considering about the Rolling Thunder.
But the important thing is he made sure to drag him towards the bottom side of the map, right? He didn't run to the south, he didn't run to the left. He made sure to be as far away from that Roche pit as possible so that you couldn't just instantly converge in onto it after securing the kill. They want the pick off, but they want the pick off either in mid lane or on the top side of the map.
Liquid should have this Wraith back shortly on Zai. Going to be a big item for them to be able to set up for a potential fight around the pit. Mickey is going to be quite some time away for the BKB. To the other side of the map, they might be eyeing up Natsu though. Tiger, Yuragi, even Amar nearby. All his men are completely drained, but the Rolling Thunder to close the distance as well as Yuragi will pump in the damage. Beautifully done from OG. Just Yuragi making sure he doesn't get close enough for the potential dismember turnaround. But Liquid, they can't even take the team fight now. Global Silence going to enable them to go on for more as Amar into the middle. No target down Insania off to the left. Yuragi cleans up the second support. And OG, they're not even done just yet. They caught a glimpse of Zai out of the T2 tower and they'll drag him back to his own death as OG fight all five, and now they can get some objectives afterwards.
Lanes are pushed in. You can look to go into that Roshan if you're really wanting to, and what's stopping them? They might even just look to farm up the dire jungle. They're in a position of dominance like that where incredibly powerful every single chance that you get to be able to go for the Aegis against an Enigma though. How effective a tool it is at being able to stop out the black hole.
Just perfect for them. Tiger's Global has been incredible multiple times this game.
Oh yeah, just about to land the Maledict, excuse me, about to get off the Requiem, and even just the presence of mind, the +1 impact that OG love to emphasize. They aren't satisfied with just taking a team fight on the initial target that they got.
This is huge, man. Yuragi under the observer, look at Liquid go to work off to the run pause.
Is he gonna live?
Yuragi goes down. Oh my, what a way to re-enter. Yuragi drops the Orchard, and this is what I wanted to bring up. Like, I wanted a chance to say, like, the players have forgotten everything, man. But Liquid did not forget exactly where Yuragi was. They had the ward on the high ground, and Liquid pounced on that opportunity. We are back straight into action.
They are, and they're hoping that Roche has respawned, but not quite. Still a minute and a half away. Man, that observer ward that ended up catching him out, it's expired now, so all that information still very valuable. But it means that Liquid can get back out onto the map and try and close out this massive net worth gap.
Still not going to be easy at all. 13,000 deficit. But if they can get some vision set up around the Roche pit, that's the important thing. Of course, OG still in a very, very commanding position. If they get that second Roche, give it over to Yuragi. Be time for them to slowly end this game. They still have some outer towers yet to claim for OG, so let's see how they can get themselves set up here. What's the call for OG? How do you try and form a 5-man fight around this second Roche?
I need a second to just have a look at all of the items again that all the players had available to themselves. I mean, they do have that ability to find that quick pick off on the backlines, right? You've got the Blink Daggers, you've got the Bat Rider, you've got the Enchantress Creep to be able to scout out. Vision advantage is still yours. And Yuragi, even with the Silver Edge, not the Silver Edge, the Shadow Blade as well, building into the Silver Edge to be able to just try and man fight a little bit more, but gonna look to go for that pick off, but with Roshan spawning in 5 seconds, it almost feels like whoever gets the jump is the one that's going to be a more advantageous position here. Look at this, they might run into Zai first. Nope.
Zai cannot go down. You need the man with the black hole. They're going to jump Mickey instead. The lasso's not going to provide them enough, but still with the damage coming through to the right side. Yuragi's able to clean up Zai and the Enigma. Mickey's going to try and stand his ground off the back of the BKB, but OG are doing such an incredible job to kite the Shadow Fiend, and now they can go back in. Pouncing on the opportunities, the Global Silence will cover them as well as OG find 4 and soon to be alive. Marcher will bring one person into the grave, but OG can now look to go towards the pit.
This feels like, oh, They were able to steal the gem back. Okay, some nice little courier mic. The creep kept going down if they could find the pick off, but able to blink back fast enough. They're playing against that tiny division. Good hook.
He's nearby to be able to counter initiate. Mickey off to the left side as well. It's going to try and get into the middle, but the global sun stops the Requiem short, and an OG will turn to deal with Matu afterwards. Amar, he's not done just yet. Gonna try and block up the path. A great use of the voodoo, but it will not matter. Zai still attempting with the black hole. It's a pretty decent ultimate, clipping onto 2 with the follow-up damage. Zai's able to hit back. They'll even buy back on Insania as well to see if they can catch some more members of OG, but Yuragi just cleans up one, goes for the final member, an ultra kill for the they have to use the global silence again, which gives Liquid now an opening. Black Hole still on cooldown for quite some time, but maybe they can look to make a play off the back of the Dismember. And that's going to be a tap. The Tumbleman straight towards Tiger with the assistance from Boxy as well. They'll be able to get on top of the silencer and a freebie for them. Really, you need to get something out of this now. You can't just be finding kills. We'll now open up the map to at least get the creeps in a decent position for them to maybe get some objectives.
Yeah, global silence used, of course, the rolling thunder as well. Going to be quite some time until Amar gets into that level 25 talent, so he can have a little bit more uptime. And playing still, I mean, you're playing heavily around the black hole, but you can actually look to make a play happen now. Actually, never mind. The global silence is going to come out at about a similar sort of period, but they're just going to push out this map. They're going to try and find someone feeling a little bit more overconfident, being able to find that individual pickoff, because Liquid as a full 5-man unit, they're still incredibly strong. Boxy with his hooks, and more importantly, the cogs have been fantastic for just opening up the map, pushing them back closer to the team so that DK can do what he does best, and that's just stand there, right-click, beast now, especially with that DD rune and the Silver Edge pickup.
We'll actually use the DD, it might have even expired in fact, so.
Yeah.
The T2 tower is going to be clean. Let's see if they can take a fight. Now, you really want to force an engagement with a double damage rune. Oh, they might be able to onto Miraki. The Tubberman again finds an opening, but a global sound's going to stop it short.
Pinging Zai.
Single free hold already. He's going to look to jump in and use it somewhat to BZM, but the swashbuckle, the lucky bash is through the Boxy. He's got the rebuttal. The cogs to hold him into place. Mickey needs to start to stack up the right click damage, but again, the bash off the swashbuckle. Amar covers the retreat perfectly.
Man, Amar again in these team fights, dude. He's way too good. The instant reactions coming through cancels the black hole, cancels the Requiem, stops them from being able to get those right clicks that they need to be able to get, you know, finally a good pick off to translate into something else. Pinging the fact that they've got the vision, but been
Rocket Flare's going to be able to scout him out. Mickey's compromised as well. It's a really tricky position for the Shadow Fiend. Just slowly ticking down. Meanwhile, Yuragi assassinates Boxy as well. Mickey's going to try and turn, stacking up the damage. They're going to jump into the middle, but they're getting kited for the moment. Up to the northern side, but Tubberman is alone. He needs the boys to be able to help out. A bash from Amar, trying to get some distance away, but they'll still be able to bring down the pain clear. Great timing with the BKB from Yuragi. He's going to try and stand toe-to-toe. Will be okay with, at the moment, off to the right side, but Tubberman might be able to drag BZM to the grave with him, so OG completely isolated, just multiple team fights breaking out simultaneously, and somehow Liquid come out on top. What a crazy fight, so messy.
so messy, but they didn't even use the Dismember. That's what I feel they were waiting for the use of that Global Silence for. Of course, you've got the Enigma, but they just stayed on top of him. I feel like that's the new priority for Matu, right? He's got the plate mail freshly picked up because of all of that time that they spent farming, so he feels a lot more confident in being able to fight against this Pango, the Bat Rider. They're not going to take him down as long as he's got Nisha up here first. He's fairly tanky.
Smoke the ward drop instantly. Amar's going to drive up to the high ground as well as Yuragi. Just assassinates one of the members, but they're completely split. They've been able to deal with Amar. First use of the Global Silence. They've got a second one ready to go. Thunderman as well. Another Dismember into the middle. Onto BZM. Mike just posturing on the high ground with the right clicks. Raining down. He's going to look to buy back on BZM and get back into the middle of the fighter's eye. Black Hole. Where's the counter? They're not going to have it. And BKB will hold the back.
Just a little late.
Whoa! They've got the damage. Mickey starting to pummel into the TA. Back into the lane.
This is be a dieback.
Man, a dieback onto the Bat Rider, and Liquid are doing it. 3 down, no buybacks, and they can walk it down. They got a DD. That's
Oh
game.
my god.
Liquid just did it. Oh my.
No, don't put it past OG. We've seen them come back from worse. The support duos have done it in the past. I go back when he was on Liquid together with Boxy. Made their working up as many of those tower hits as possible. Even Boxy putting his body in the way. And here we go. They're just going to go straight for the tier 4s. Testing if TA has the buyback. He doesn't.
Are fortified. Radiant's
We just brought out for the MKB. They're trying to address this big item from Mike's Butterfly. Amar up in 3, but what can he really do? The top of Mike can instantly answer the Rolling Thunder with his own Dismember, so it's just going to be up to the Swashbuckle. Looking to get lucky.
Gotta be a little careful. I mean, Misha.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, he's doing a lot on his own. That's what I'm talking about. Never count OG out.
Alright. Lands in though. Onto Misha, 4-star, getting him out of the rod AoE. They need the right clicks though, and again, the lucky shot. Paying off huge here. 10 seconds until the TA's alive. And Amar do it. The Cogs groups him up. And now with the Global Silence follow-up, Mickey can turn, stand his ground, and BKB Satanic, Mickey's okay. But still, time, space created. You're back alive, but the throne's exposed. They're going to try and do inside. He's got a buyback to potentially rejoin, but it won't be fast enough for Jiragi. Melts through Boxy's life as well. They're kiting out to the right side. His Martu's on point with the hook. Drags back one. Mickey doesn't want to let him escape. They will force stuff further into the middle to fight. Requiem buying some time as well. Just go for the throne. Go for the juggler. Go for the final building. They don't have to do everything.
Can Insania do it?
They've done it. Jiragi holds him.
Why people sometimes buy the recipe on the Midas first.
Boxy? Alright, let's see if this is a high gun that you want to enter on.
Cheeky.
Alright, I mean, gets him over the figure and he's going to go back in now. Just a look at the damage.
Yeah. What a Tusk provides versus what an Earthshake is able to. They're even making a little bit of a dive here in the mid lane on Die. Looking to bully BZM a little bit. He does have, again, the Empower, so pretty easy way to be able to deal with a lot of those Spiderlings. Has to be careful. Lane, licking his lips.
BZM, he's starting to get the skewer into the static click as well, and first lap taken care of. Liquid is starting to move over to try and help out, but Amar gets beat down. The slow from Zion, the right clicks for good measure.
Bowl doing work, just a couple of right clicks as well from the Spiderlings. Enough to cause the 8th death for Amar. Top side still in the grave. That's the main thing that you're concerned about.
Has to be huge from Tiger, and it is! Look at the burst! Oh my, they blow up Martu, a gigantic streak for Jiragi to get. You're so okay with going down on Tiger. All the gold given over to Jiragi. That is huge.
Okay, that's something. That's one avenue back in, but it's just the one kill, right? And they didn't actually have to use the glyph, so maybe not as horrible as I was thinking, but you're going to have to think twice on Liquid now with where exactly you can move. They know where Yuragi's going. He's even placed up the Spark Wraith to be able to bring him back to safety. So Boxy goes for the blink forward. Good mind reading coming through from him, but Yuragi just able to get back to safety. Found Nisha.
Tombstone's going to get laid down, but Liquid just instantly address. And now they can go for the kills onto the heroes instead. BZM's trying to find an angle in, and RP onto 2, Tiger with the 4. Doesn't have the fissure though, but still with the damage is getting rained down. We'll be able to deal with the Wraith Pact in OG. Do they want to try and chase for more? Well, they will unfortunately not catch up to Mickey. The haste is there, but we are seeing potentially how these fights
Team fight.
scouting up BZM along with Misha. Instant jump in from Boxy, and the punch up in the air will dispatch the life of the Undying. They got the vision into BZM as well. So you're trying to snowball down 4, but be able to get some distance away is the Magnus.
We're back onto the low ground.
Yeah.
1 second on the blink.
Ward, okay. It's only Martu that's nearby. BZM can play around with the BKB into the TPR. Live.
Although no BKBs are pretty big deal, right? Now if you commit on BZM, you're not going to have that ability to... So he's ready to defend the high ground if need be. Still 30 seconds left on the Aegis, and they're actually going to preemptively use the kisses.
Alright, they're just trying to cover Mickey with the siege. They blow up Tiger. He's got a buyback to help with the defense. They need the Earthshaker to hold this.
They need to not clump as well. They deal with the Tombstone. They don't have the Wraith Pact. They ended up pushing it forward a little bit, maybe just to disable some of those Blink Daggers while they're under the cover of the smoke, but are they going to be able to wait out? magnetic field right now, Mickey. Another situation for Alliance. We've seen what Arcwarden's able to do in these building defenses.
And the money is Boxy. Prime position to be able to pop the smoke and get the jump away. Guys gonna try and charge to get help from Mickey as well. Wanted Tiger, 2 clicks. Instant assassination, but now can they get more as well? Artillery getting rained down. Covering Liquid to be able to deal with the tombstone and forcing OG to retreat back to their side of the map. As a Mars split from the team though, he's still got the BKB if required to escape, and Mickey kept just pummeling the right clicks afterwards. He's going to drop the evasion, the field not even required as Liquid will not go on for more.
You're still generally happy with that, right? Like, you didn't use the BKB, but you did use the buyback on the Earthshaker, and now you are going to have a guaranteed situation where you might not have the exorcism available for that damage output, but I still feel like the rest of Liquid's heroes do plenty at this stage. Need to fix the bottom side, but if anyone reveals, you don't want to be on this bottom side of the map around where Roche going to be respawning. So not having to wait for the turn does just that.
Went to Mickey first. This double pretty important for the extra damage, and BZM's just off the mark as well. An incredible 4-staff gets Liquid out of danger. Got a really good ward nearby from OG. They're going to be cautious if they group up. Blink almost at the ready from BZM. In fact, it's going to be Tiger that starts. Onto Bosch's task. Another figures again from Martu. Holding down the Magnus and able to right-click damage. Amar's going to be in with the disarm. So BZM will be able to skew it back to the right side, but it's not enough. As Zai's able to secure the kill. And now Mickey once again onto Amar. He tries to steal as much damage as possible, but Mickey's just too farmed. The MKB coming through huge as Mickey gets a killing spree. And now they should be able to firmly secure the Roche for Liquid.
Down in that team fight.
There's a counter initiation, but it's going to be ready. Oh, they were attempting the kick into Requiem. But now Boxy further inside the base. He's going to at least get the kick onto Misha, so they'll trade a 1-for-1.
Mickey, unfortunately, using the Hurricane Pike onto him, he just changed his positioning that tiny bit. Up forcing a little bit closer into the base, so could have potentially think that there's multiple heroes doing this.
They know around about where Zai is. Skewer closer to the Tempest double. Echo Slam's even going to be laid down as well. Zai's been able to activate the BKB thanks to the damage mitigation from the Wraith Pact, and he might be able to scurry out as well. And off to the other side, Amar was caught out. So with all this going on, with all the space that Amar was making, OG don't even get the kill onto Zai.
They don't. They were going for the solo pickoff onto Insania as well and wasn't even able to land that one. So going to be forced to expend a buyback here on Amar to be able to defend against the Mega Creeps and the full roster of Liquid. Have a BKB. You can't afford to put your body on the front lines.
So difficult to position against this tough Scepter. And they're just going to force the issue. One of McKiss's getting laid down as well, just trying to stop the blink daggers. Misha's in the thick of it all. He's somehow still alive, but the buildings, they're not having as fun of a time. As Zai goes in, RP's going to be there from BZM for the instant save from Boxy. Skewer out to the right side. They've been able to kill off Matumba Man. They need to get onto Uragi, but they haven't been able to do so. Some buybacks are there. Zai off to the right side. Still hold him down though with the Gleipnir. Warnings are falling though. Liquid, they've lost 3. A decent ult from OG and all the chaos. Multiple fights breaking out, and OG will still live to sing another day thanks to the buybacks. Be cautious though, this is not a high ground you want to charge up to. Mickey, beautiful use of the Requiem, and a choke point like that. No response as BZM and Amar get sent packing.
Yeah, and they're not even going to be able to get anything out of this, unfortunately, for OG fans. They're stuck inside their base. These Mega Creeps, even enough.
5. Needs a little bit of experience, man. The kiss is in.
Kickback.
With a jump onto BZM. They're going to try and target him with the Magnus in the moment. He's been able to score. Oh no, the RP from BZM. He's got a second one to utilize, but he needs some mana, so a trip back to base will help out. She will still end up going down. Boxy's going to be in once again. Another kick. Amar. No one else nearby. Tiger's going to find an opening though. A pretty big ult for the second round of the RP. They're going to drag him closer to Uragi. But Mickey wants to protect him with the use of the Requiem. Send them all back inside the base, and the throne's just falling too fast. OG will not have a response to tie up this series. It's a big set.